Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I am Sarah and today I'm going to talk about a book that I recently read, and it is titled The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein. It is a really amazing book and I believe that it is one of the best gothic horror book for this decade. It is a spin-off of the book by Mary Shelley and it is very grotesque and very gothic horror-ish. I honestly think that this would be one of my favorite books if I gotta name some. Basically I'm gonna talk about how this book is created, how the plot of this book goes. But before that, I'm gonna give a little backstory of this book. It is actually written by Kirsten White, and the publishing company is called Random House Children's Book. It has 304 pages, and the genre for this book is of course gothic horror and horror. Basically, this book delves into the life of Victor Frankenstein's one and only fiancée, Elizabeth. This book kind of teaches us and kind of makes us look into her life and how hard it is for her. Growing up as an orphan, Elizabeth actually really knows about how bitter life can be, and she is aware of the fact that this life isn't as bright as it can seem. And once she entered the mansion, the Victor's family mansion, she kind of was aware of the fact that this beautiful house and these warm meals are provided with the price of that she needs to be very, very nice to Victor and follow each and every one of his commands. And this only kind of makes her more and more dependent towards Victor. The story kind of goes off when Victor went to London to further his study abroad, and given that they are not really used to being so apart with each other, she kind of felt a sense of longing and she really missed him, and this kind of sudden thing really saddened her, and so she set off on a journey to London. But once she arrived, she kind of noticed that something's off about this whole thing, that she noticed something's weird. And she kind of learned about the hard truth the hard way, and this kind of really disappointed her. But all habits die hard, and so a girl gotta do what she gotta do, and in this case she gotta cover up Victor's mistakes once again. And for this case, she ended up burning the residence that Victor was residing in, and it caused a huge deal. Now all the cops are on him and everything is now a really huge mess. Besides that, and moving on, she let's just say that everything kind of goes off starting from this point. The book really ended on a bad and philosophical note, of which it kind of depicted that Elizabeth was kind of slowly realizing the fact that she is now no longer dependent on Victor, and that she shouldn't have been in at the first place, and she only have herself to begin with. And to kind of sum it up as a whole, I kind of believe that this book has taught us to be very independent towards oneself, and to not pay attention to other people's kindness, because we need to trust in ourselves, and we need to believe that in each and every actions that people do, there are prices to pay, and we never really know what the prices are. And to be more careful, we should just believe in ourselves. In my honest review, I would say that the gravest mistake of Elizabeth would be, she kept kind of covering up all of Victor's mistake, and this kind of make him not aware of the mistake that he had done, and he is not aware of the consequences of his actions. I personally think if that maybe she would have let him learn about the consequences, these things wouldn't have happened. Maybe he wouldn't have created Frankenstein, and maybe they would end up together happily. Lastly, I think that us as humans, we should not really fight against the nature of this universe, and in this case, Victor tried to fight death. And to be honest, it's a pretty stupid thing to do. Death is inevitable, and for him to do that just shows he is so arrogant towards himself, and he believes that he is greater than God. In all honesty, I think that we humans, there will come a judgment day for when we will be questioned about all our misbehavior and all our actions in earth. And so I think that it's only right for us, to not try to fight things that are supposed to be. I just think that instead of fighting it, instead of fighting death, maybe you should have just kind of not embrace it, but we should have just savor the moments that we have left in this life, and maybe then we would die without regrets. And that's all for me. Thank you.